Greetings, dear audience. Ever pondered the unyielding challenges life presents us? Ponder, for instance, the aftermath of catastrophic events, such as the tragic occurrences in Hawaii, where thousands of lives were abruptly taken. It prompts reflection on the intricacies of the why and how. Why do we face the ceaseless fury of tsunamis, the persistent pang of hunger, and the unrelenting grip of suffering? Pause for a moment to connect. A simple click on the like, share, and subscribe buttons of this YouTube channel is all it requires. Become the catalyst in amplifying this message by extending it within your network. Let's take a moment to familiarize ourselves with the individual known as Ryan Rampton, someone deeply connected to the environs of Salt Lake City, Utah. The year 2000 and one brought forth a profound encounter with the brink of mortality for him. It was an experience of electrocution, a harrowing tango with death, and a strangely unique spectacle that unfolded before his very eyes. The sight was eerie, to say the least, wisps of black smoke billowing from his open mouth, an oddly surreal resemblance to the swirling exhaust of an ancient coal-fired locomotive. It was in that fleeting moment when the realization struck him like a bolt of lightning. Death was at his doorstep, and emotions ran amok from disbelief to frustration. A profound exasperation engulfed him as he contemplated the absurdity of his fate, almost like a punchline circulating on the internet, destiny sealed by an ill-judged decision to nibble on an electrical cord. A tragicomic twist in life's narrative. The weight of the thought was immense, his end, not as a heroic firefighter or in a dramatic plane or motorcycle crash, but in an ironic demise due to sheer foolishness. Undoubtedly, quite the spectacle. His gaze was immobilized, depriving him of the chance to gauge his children's awareness of his predicament. Yet, salvation appeared in the form of a descending light from above, casting its radiant glow on the ceiling. It was the most exquisite brilliance he had ever beheld, an awe-inspiring spectacle. Moving towards it, he departed his earthly vessel, embarking on a journey through a luminous tunnel and emerging in a pristine chamber of pure white. Alone but enveloped in immaculate white, the sudden realization dawned upon him. He had transitioned into the afterlife. A surge of excitement flooded through him, akin to a child eagerly anticipating Christmas morning. Within moments, an overwhelming desire to return to God consumed him. God's presence manifested itself, initially veiled by a curtain-like barrier before descending to stand in front of him. A towering figure, measuring around 12 to 15 feet, emitting a blinding, intense light. The sheer brilliance obscured the specifics of his form, except for the outline of his hand. Truly, a breathtaking encounter. The feeling of being in God's presence eclipsed any earthly pleasure. Words faltered in encapsulating its essence. It transcended everything. A life filled with adrenaline-fueled exploits, from skydiving to motorcycle racing, bungee jumping to swimming with sharks, and global scuba diving seemed insignificant in comparison to this divine connection. It was an overwhelming joy of unprecedented magnitude. God proceeded to unveil his entire life, a rapid procession of memories. Halts at pivotal moments, each unfolding scenario a masterpiece, crafted to nurture growth and learning. Even the most arduous and agonizing episodes served as invaluable lessons, absent of judgment or censure. Instead, emanating pure love, joy, and pride from God, surpassing all expectations. Every facet, virtuous or flawed, acted as stepping stones for self-discovery. In this realm, judgment held no dominion, rendering no verdict of blame or inadequacy. It was a realm of sheer beauty and profound lessons, evoking an overwhelming surge of love, joy, and pride from God. This revelation shattered his preconceived notions of facing judgment or unworthiness. It was, at its core, purely magnificent. The narrative embarked upon a profound journey, one that delved into the intricate realms of choice, responsibility, and divine intervention. God's inquiry hung in the air, a moment pivotal and weighty, a choice between returning home with the divine or rejoining the children below. The ground transformed, from its pristine state to a shrouded expanse before clarity emerged. Beneath, offspring played, their innocent silhouettes crafting ephemeral tales amidst the luminous ore. The weight of their dependence struck deep, an understanding that fatherhood demanded duty. Hence unfolded the agonizing quandary: forsake the divine presence to reunite with beloved progeny. God's response echoed with simplicity, yet resounded with profundity. So be it, until we meet again. No fanfare ensued, no lavish celebration, just an ethereal comprehension. Abruptly, a return to earthly confines ensued, akin to the impact of an immense collision. Transition from celestial bliss to harsh corporeal reality paralleled the strike of a colossal entity. The shock surged, an electrifying force coursing through his being with scorching intensity. In contemplation of God's choice to return without freeing him from the electrical current, an internal inquiry emerged. God's voice resonated within, questioning, "Did you seek aid?" A revelation of immense import unfurled, the act of seeking assistance. This fundamental step had eluded him. Within life's voyage, autonomy reigns until divine succor is implored. A realm of boundless possibilities unfurls when help is sought. With newfound insight, a plea escaped him: "God, I implore your aid." In response, a subtle shift and tug ensued. A marvel exclaimed, "Remarkable!" A swift motion dislodged the cord from his mouth. A profound lesson whispered within: God can transmute the implausible into reality, yet human effort remains pivotal. This earthly realm operates upon such principles. As the cord released, bafflement lingered over why consciousness endured amidst the surging electricity. Nevertheless, with the cord's liberation, a descent into obscurity ensued, collapsing onto the earth. Within this odyssey, a profound epiphany emerged: the art of self-love and forgiveness, an imperative essence. Often, individuals extend excessive self-censure, imposing higher standards inwardly than upon others. While pardon flows to kin, friends, and partners, extending self-compassion remains a trial. Mastery of self-forgiveness and unconditional love proved pivotal. Acknowledging the essence and forgiveness, God's message resonated: unconditional self-compassion forms the bedrock. Lacking it, extending love outward, to others, and consequently to God, becomes a Herculean endeavor. Commencing the journey necessitates self-compassion and forgiveness, fueled by the comprehension of boundless divine love, atonement for transgressions, and assured reunion. Thus, cherishing and pardoning oneself, despite flaws and errors, emerges as paramount. When one mirrors God's love within, extending it outward becomes the means of serving divinity. This realization spurred a return to a firefighting vocation, propelled by the aspiration to serve and love others, a testament to the journey's transformational power. The individual perception of God stands as a profoundly intimate and distinct experience for each person. To one individual, God embodies a compassionate paternal figure, the architect of the cosmos. His personal convictions encompass the Trinity of God, Jesus Christ, and the Holy Ghost. Yet, the central principle revolves around fostering a connection with one's higher power, irrespective of its form. His unwavering faith found solid ground through a profound encounter with Jesus Christ, subsequent to a near-death experience, triggering transformative shifts within his existence. Let us delve into the ills enveloping the existence of suffering and adversity in our lives. What instigates these unfortunate occurrences? What catalyzes calamities that inflict agony and forfeiture? The earlier segments of the Bible delineate the idea of segregating light from darkness, highlighting the continual process of discerning between our essence and what we are not. Life inherently embodies obstacles, calamities, and opposition. These adversities function as crucibles, nurturing our evolution and maturation. Contemplate the narrative of Michael Jordan, the illustrious basketball luminary who once confronted the judgment that he lacked the aptitude for his high school basketball team. He transmuted this adversity into a potent motivation, ultimately ascending to become one of history's preeminent basketball athletes. The crux of life pivots upon dichotomies. Envision a parchment adorned with ebony inscriptions. Minus the interplay of darkness and light, form and significance would cease to exist. Analogously, our existence flourishes within the interstice of love and suffering. In the presence of God, love reigns supreme. However, our terrestrial odyssey ushers us through encounters with anguish and adversity, enabling a profound comprehension of the profundity of love and enlightenment. Do we solely esteem youth in our elder years? Do we genuinely cherish robust health solely post-affliction? These life episodes, oscillating between joy and affliction, act as the conduits toward comprehending God, comprehending ourselves, and unraveling our voyage. Embracing radiance stems from understanding obscurity, while comprehending love entails grasping infirmity and vitality. Agony molds us and imbues existence with purpose. Even Christ confronted suffering, akin to every individual navigating trials. Our terrestrial pilgrimage affords us the avenues to explore these facets and acknowledge our inherent divinity. Existence unfolds challenges, casting shadows over our aspirations. Instead of fixating on predicaments, perpetually gravitate toward luminescence, keeping your aspirations within your purview. During arduous junctures, uphold faith and affirm, "I place my trust in you, Father." Unyielding faith possesses the potential to usher in blessings and contentment. Your endorsement in disseminating this missive of hope and faith is deeply cherished. Kindly endorse, disseminate, and subscribe to this YouTube channel to proliferate love and encouragement. Your time is valued, and may you be bestowed with a day suffused with blessings.